There you go.
Come here. Come on. Come on, Nana. Where are you going, Forrest? Come here.
Well, Lucy's not going to move.
She's a piggy. She might move to go in the house.
Not with carrots outside.
Come here. Come on. Come on, Nana.
It's Ranger. Where's Nina?
That's Nana. That is Ranger, isn't it?
It's Ranger.
The little horn.
Need to put a collar on both those twos so you can tell them apart. Said, I'm going to have me some spikes or something here pretty soon. You'll be able to tell me. I'm going to have some little fuzzy spikes come up here pretty soon.
Come on, baby.
You can sure tell how much bigger forces little nubbins are. And they're growing too.
Come here, baby.
Won't be too awful long when they start popping out.
Come on. Now, I should have looked at his back. Might have known it was him. Oh, dropped it. You want one? She won't one. Well, take it. Take it. It's going to fall on the floor.
What about Ranger?
I don't know. Oh, well, Ranger, he dropped his.
He dropped it. He doesn't like carrots. Lucy's the one that loves carrots. Lucy and Jenny. Yeah. Look how tall Forrest is getting. He's going to be a pretty good sized boy.
Yeah, I'm a big boy. Yeah, I'm a big boy. And I'm a big girl. That's all.
Y'all killed another bag.
That's all till later.
Y'all have killed another bag. And Miss Nina missed out. Lucy says, give me some more, please. Please, boss.
Well, Timmy rushed me out the door. He said the front yard is full of deer. Go get some good video before it gets too dark. Well, guess what? Probably for the first time all week, there's not a deer in sight. Can you believe that? They're probably all on the other side waiting for something to eat. And all we have over here on this side is a beautiful lake, a beautiful sunset, and a few water turkeys, not so beautiful, a few ducks, and just the noises of nature going on out here. Which even if it is the old obnoxious cormorants, it's still pretty to hear. Hope everybody is having a good evening.
Where's the deer?
Well,
I thought you were going to go out there and shoot all those deer in the yard.
not a deer in sight.
Well, they were just out there 5 minutes ago.
Not even 5 minutes ago.
There's not a deer. You're just showing an empty lake.
Oh well, it's pretty.
You know what happened? I walked outside on the front porch.
So it's your fault.
It's not my fault. I just walked out there on the front porch. I didn't open the feed can or anything. I just walked out there.
Well,
I bet. Look at the window. Look at the window.
Well, we found where the deer went, didn't we?
That's funny. The head just popped up there. That's Lucy, isn't it?
I imagine.
Yeah, Lucy. That's Lucy. Did you? She heard me open the door. Hi, baby.
I miss Lucy.
Hi, baby.
What's the rest
She's
of the
about
family?
trained not to come in.
Ha, ha.
Well, she would come in if you left the door open.
Step away from the door and see how trained she is.
Watch what happens. Watch what happens here when I take the lid off. These two things. Take that lid off and that lid off. Now watch Lucy. Watch what she does. Watch what she does. She goes right to the buckets. And we don't feed them much corn. We feed them way more deer food than corn. But now she's got both buckets there. And she goes to the corn. Of course, it's cold, so the corn, now she's going to go to the South Fresh. I think if you just they had each of them on demand, they would probably eat way more deer food. Yeah. I don't know where everybody else went to. Uh-oh, she hears, she heard Beamer coming around. She heard Beamer coming around. See, I give them a pretty good scoop of that. I give them a pretty good scoop of that, and then I won't scoop up, but just a little bit, maybe about half of the corn, so they got to get a lot more And then I put it in here in their fish bowl. I kind of mix it in. You know, that way they can pick out what they want. And I don't know where the other guys are. I can't believe.
Usually, if you rattle that bucket,
They were all in the front
everybody
yard.
shows
They were all in the
up.
front yard out there just a minute ago.
Everyone, including TC, was out there.
TC was in the front yard too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But they all disappeared.
Uh-huh.
I wonder how that happened. Dina was out there, but they don't run from Dina.
She didn't get in the yard, though, until just now.
I don't see a deer in sight, any direction. I see no deer in sight in any direction. Lucy said, that's just fine. I don't have to share. I get whatever I want. That is so funny. And they're not across the road in that feed field over there.
Well, I think they went to the east.
What, this way?
No, the other direction. The other east.
Oh, the other is. This is west. Did you see them leave?
Well, most of them, it seemed like, went that way. I didn't see them go across the ditch, but they sort of disappeared that direction.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'll go.
That's amazing. All those deer was in the yard. And Chris went out there with the camera. I know they're not camera shy. They were all in the yard. And Chris walked out there with the camera and all of them disappeared. Except Lucy. Lucy said if I beg a little bit, my boss will come and feed me. That is so funny. Or strange, I guess I should say. Maybe not funny. I don't see a deer anywhere.
I don't either.
I'll be dang. I thought they'd all five be around here, really. I'll be.
They'll be here shortly.
Oh, yeah, they'll be in here begging for some food. Lucy says, I'll just help myself. I'll dine alone. She thinks she's got to have a private meal anyway. She does. I feed her every morning. I give her a private meal. I see some deer across the road. They probably hear me talking out here.
Maybe the whole bunch.
It probably is. Probably the whole bunch. And they can hear so well, they might hear Lucy crunching that corn. They might hear Lucy crunching that corn and say, oh no, Mom's got the food. We better get our fatties over there.
I'm getting cold.
I'm getting cold too.
Well, it's Friday afternoon. It's about time for me to get a video up, and I don't have much shot for this week. And of course, I'm here at the house by myself right now. Jimmy and Apache are doing a controlled burn up the road, and so I am here by myself. But I did just manage to put a pink ribbon on Miss Nina. How about that? Doesn't she look nice with her pink ribbon? But Mr. Ranger, he wanted no part of his red ribbon. So I'll have to do that another time. And I've got to trim. Oh no, the feeder just went off. And there goes everybody else in the yard running to the feeders. Look at them all come in. Coming from everywhere. They can hear that feeder from a long ways off, and when it goes off, they come from everywhere. You can see them coming from way out across the road. And let's see. Of course, old TC, he gets pretty mean and runs a lot of them off. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. At least 15 or 16 out there showed up. Just, I see more still coming out of the woods. So that is the dinner bell around here. And if you don't get there pretty quick, it's all going to be gone. That's a big bunch of them that come to eat. So I think the one that just came across the road is going to be late for dinner. But anyway, let's see what our little family is doing. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody's here. And they like eating out of the pot. Sure do like Nina's pink ribbon. I've got to trim the ends off of it, or she'll be losing it. And it's supposed to turn really cold. And they talk about how corn is a hot food. Not much nourishment, but it does create heat. So maybe it's good that they're filling up on corn today, getting ready for the cold front coming in. It's supposed to be really, really, really cold this next week, so not looking forward to that. But everybody in the family now has a ribbon except for Nina, and she is just being contrary. Lucy's over there trying to get into the empty carrot bag. I'm going to have to go, well, I guess maybe it's still got a couple of carrots in it. I guess she can see them. See if I can. All of the cushions had blown away this week in that high wind that we had. So they're just stacked up here, and it's just kind of a mess out here. You want some more carrots? I'll go get you some more. I'll go get some more carrots. We'll have a carrot brunch, okay? No, I guess it's a carrot afternoon snack. So, anyway, the group is still all doing well. We still have not seen Milburn, and every week somebody gets on there and says, what happened to Milburn? And we've told over and over and over on here that once the rut started, before the rut actually started, Milburn had begun to get a little bit aggressive here in the yard with us. In fact, he would get up on his hind legs and put his hooves on your back. And I was really afraid of him knocking me down or someone else down, one of the children or something, and hurting someone. So we had decided we would put him outside the high fence. And so Jimmy walked, I don't know, I think it's over a mile up to the gate with him. And of course, Milburn just walked right with him. We put him out. By morning, the next morning, he was back here at the house. So they made a second walk up to the gate. And I think it was the next evening, or maybe it's 2 mornings later, he was back here in the yard. So we just resigned ourselves to the fact that he was going to be here. We would just have to watch him and try to make sure he didn't hurt anyone. So as the rut got into full gear and we had other big deer coming around, and he got into a spar out here a time or two. Actually, I think with that big TC deer out here. And of course, we had quite a few big bucks hanging around. But I don't know if he found him a good-looking girl and followed her home, or what the deal was, or if he decided he didn't want to have to fight for his spot among all these big bucks that were hanging here. But anyway, he left on his own accord. And we've had several people say, oh, why did you put him out? We didn't put him out. We tried, but we didn't get him put out. He came back twice. So we don't know yet if he'll ever show back up here, or if he is happy living wherever he went to. But we wish him well if he is in a new environment. And either way, he had a good life here. And maybe it wouldn't surprise me if we come out here some morning and he's standing out here saying, hey guys, it's me. So I don't know. But anyway, that's the story of Milburn. And of course, we've got the Lucy's babies, the 2 little ones here on the porch, Nina and Ranger. She had triplets. One of the triplets died. We don't know why. We just found Indy laying out here in the trail. Not a spot on him, so we don't know what caused his death. But anyway, we were just heartbroken because he was a beautiful guy. And he may have been the largest of the 3 triplets. And you never know when you have triplets if everybody is healthy. I don't think he got snake bit. We didn't see any marks on him at all. But anyway, the two that are left have brought us a lot of joy. And this is those two. These are Lucy's babies right here. And you can see that Ranger's the one without the collar. He's got little nubbins on his head. He likes to have his head scratched right above the nubbins. And then Nina's got the pink ribbon on. She's sort of a rebel child. If somebody doesn't show up to dinner, it's usually Nina. But, and Ranger, I think, is the prettiest one of the bunch. He's got the pretty little face. And then he has kind of some unique markings on his back. He has a lot of white on his back, and the others really don't. So he's my special deer. But of course, everybody knows Lucy. Lucy, the most famous deer in the world, with her little tongue hanging out most of the time. But she kind of had a run-in with Beamer last week, and we're kind of worried about her leg, but she and Beamer get a little bit possessive with Jimmy, and they were on their way down to the pier to go fishing, and Jimmy said all of a sudden he heard Beamer growl, and the next thing he knew, Lucy was limping, but she's fine. At first he was afraid she might have broken her leg, but I think Beamer might have got her point across to him, because I know one day Beamer was laying on the porch, and all of a sudden Lucy just started pounding her with her hooves, and she can hurt somebody. But I think they have an understanding now, so they should be all right for a while. And then, of course, we have Forrest and Jenny, our twins that we raised from a bottle. Of course, Lucy was a bottle baby, too. But Forrest and Jenny were born in the pen, but their mother rejected them. Forrest had bad legs. He was crippled, and Sherry brought him in here and bottle fed him for 2 or 3 nights, and we rehabilitated him, and he is good as new. He runs like the wind. So that's just sort of a summary of our little family. And then the rest of the people here, or rest of the gang here, is just deer. And Lucy is the queen of the bunch. She's like the queen of England here. She's the queen of the ranch. And she has gotten to where she is keeping the yard deer off the porch. We always have to come out and make sure they don't get in the feed and everything. And now, see, this is what happens to those ribbons. See, that is Jenny, and she's already trying to pull this collar off of Nina. I bet it'll be off of her before dark. But I need to trim the tags off of it. But you have to tie it so quickly, you can't be precise on how tight you get it whenever you're putting it on her, because she's not going to stay in one spot very long. And it's probably not quite tight enough. But anyway, at least for the day, she is decked out in pink. I hope that everybody has a good day. We invite you, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And then hit the little notification bell at the bottom of the screen, so that every time we post something, it will ring and let you know that something new is up. So we appreciate y'all watching, and hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Lucy, tell them bye. Say bye. Say bye, everybody.